Trapping.
Hey, what's up, people? So welcome back to Saturdays at the Blaze podcast. I'm Jacob, and I'm here with
Kirby. Zach.
Yeah, the whole gang is here for like the first time in like I don't know how long. I think the last time was probably all of us were here was for the 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
It was either that or it was the Christmas episode.
It was also when we were all in person last.
No, I wasn't there for the 100.
That's who, Zach. Your phone is echoing.
Is that better?
Let's see. Yep, that's better.
Yeah.
I just have to speak in a word too.
And so this is episode 68.
Damn.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you haven't been here. You and Zach both have been here in a hot minute.
Zach specifically, dude, for a while, Zach evaded the fucking podcast like he was a goddamn ghost that we talked about off screen.
Yeah.
You know it.
Bro, this entire time he was legit a fucking Ghostbusters character.
I'm in it, altered, and...
Oh, by the way, Jacob, Hunter's on board with this, Zach's on board with this. I need to get you on board.
About what?
So, because I come up with an idea every week of what we should do, but this time I actually really mean it. Alright, so, like I said, Zach and Hunter already know this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save up money, specifically a little over $5,000, and I'm gonna buy a fucking hearse, and we're all gonna get Ghostbusters outfits, and for Halloween we're all gonna dress up as the Ghostbusters since there's 4 of us.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be there for Halloween, right?
A hearse. We'll make you get here. You don't have a choice.
I was at
It's set in stone.
Alright, then you guys figure it out.
I'm ready to come kidnap you.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive up to Florida, get you, and then drive back all in one day.
We're actually gonna use the Infinity Stones to erase Florida, seeing as it's such a useless state.
Just fuck Florida.
Fuck Florida specifically. And snap to my fingers.
Ah, Kirby, you're thinking of it wrong. Snap once. Make an island big enough, or quite a big for the 4 of us. And then snap again, making us all live there with food, water, and enough resources for the rest of our life. See?
Alright, guys, so it'd be about a 3 mile island for the 3 of us, and a 500,000 island for Zach then.
Yeah. For sure.
For sure. Zach, you get most of the islands.
Yes, because it's my idea.
Yeah, what he said.
Got it, so where can we find someplace with like 1,000 square miles to cover for Zach?
Nowhere.
I honestly don't know.
You see, that's where you're wrong. We're actually gonna do what the Queen did. We're gonna kidnap India, specifically.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. Fuck India.
You see, what are they gonna do? Resurrect Gandhi? He's already dead.
They're gonna resurrect Gandhi, and then he's gonna pimp slap all of us and then kill us.
What do you mean pimp slap? He was a pacifist, bro. That's how he was going for him.
It
Bro's
doesn't
gonna
matter.
get gritty on us.
Bro, it must be. I can only imagine how easy it is to be Gandhi. Bro just woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm not gonna do this, and it just worked for him.
It's because it's Gandhi, my guy.
Like, quite literally, he just said, but what if I didn't? And then, like, fucking 2 months later, some guy was like, the fuck didn't he do something and shot him? There you go, kids. That's the history of Gandhi. Tell it to your history teacher.
Yeah.
While you do it, play Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom to get closer to Indian culture. That's so fucking stupid.
Banger ass thing. I fuck with that so hard.
There's only one thing I fuck with harder.
Children, no, I'm joking.
The fact that I wasn't the one who said it this time.
Yeah, you're lucky this time. It was me. I did it because I'm a gremlin. Raw.
Shut the fuck up. God, I'm gonna buy you a purse, and it's gonna be called a Purse 30 instead of a perk.
Anyways.
If you pull up to my fucking like graduation party and you're like, I got you a Purse 30, I will slap you.
Bro, I know. I really want to pull up your graduation party in all honesty with a fucking purse, just for it to be funny.
I mean, you could.
Do you have $3 grand?
No?
Exactly. Then no.
Okay then, bitch.
Anyways, we are past the 5-minute mark, and it is time to get into the topic for this week. And the topic for this week is
It's like a drum roll, but louder.
PlayStation games.
Ooh.
PlayStation game?
Yeah, PlayStation games.
Oh, okay.
So specifically PlayStation games because, we don't really think about Zach because Zach's an only Xbox player.
No, I played PlayStation for like 4 years before I got my Xbox.
Look at him, he's speaking an unspoken language to us. Hunter, you're the only here. We need you to translate, Hunter.
Hunter, and Jacob have seen me playing PlayStation, so it's not foreign to them, it's foreign to you.
He's the outcast. Shut him.
What do you mean? Dude, you've played on a PlayStation, I've played on a PlayStation, but you're Xbox now. You speak a different language.
No, because I still play my dad's PlayStation, so suck it.
I was gonna say it's like he's transgender. He's transitioned. But it's Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. So he's no longer associated with PlayStation, technically making him only Xbox.
No, because I'm going to be buying PlayStation soon.
Why did you sell your PlayStation in the first place?
I didn't sell it, it broke.
Anyways, Jacob, what is like the first PlayStation game you had growing up that's very nostalgic?
That's a good question. I have to say probably. This one's gonna be kind of an obvious one, I feel like, but it's the truth. I think the very first PlayStation game I ever played was probably Crash Bandicoot back in the day.
I thought it was gonna be Crash.
Yeah. Which is fitting, because it's one of like the first games I played on the channel, so. And I'm currently on the third game now, too, so. So I have to say it was Crash Bandicoot, for me.
That's fair.
I mean, it's not a bad one either.
Yeah, no, bro.
I think out of like story it very lacks, but then out of like gameplay and nostalgia, it has like that very old gameplay feeling.
Yeah.
Gameplay, it's a pain in the ass.
Especially the first one and the second one. I remember, this is actually kind of a funny story. But this was like 2 years ago, I think. Like this was when I was first getting like into gaming, like actually for YouTube. And so I started on Crash Bandicoot, the first one, and one night Hunter was with me, and I don't think he saw me rage so much in my entire life.
You threw your controller so hard. Or no, your headphones actually snapped, I think.
Oh, God. Bro, okay, so, you want to know the only game I've ever broken any of my stuff to? Fucking Madden 12 for the PS3.
Bro, fuck all
Because I only had a PS3 in 2018. So in 2018, I was playing fucking Madden 13 on a PS3.
I hated all the fucking, sports games.
I love them.
I don't know what it is.
I don't have any, PlayStation, nostalgia ones. So, because I grew up on Nintendo, so it'd be, Zelda and Pokemon and all that stuff, and then Mario. And then PlayStation, and then Xbox.
The only sports game that I fucked with was an NHL game, and that's because you could fight.
The first ever.
I know exactly what you're talking about, too.
Yeah, that shit was so fucking fun.
The only sports game I like is the only one I played with Jacob, which is technically WW22K.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. W22? Yes. W22. The best sports game.
No, but I think the first sports game I ever played was probably this was a lot like an old one because I remember Ryan and Zach. I watched Ryan and Zach play it growing up when we still had the box TV in the basement. It was PlayStation 2, I believe, and it was I think NFL Street 2. And it was like an older like NFL game. And then after that, I think it was probably the first game I ever got for myself and it was WWE Raw versus SmackDown 2011.
Is that the same WWE where you made your first fucking Dollywise character?
Yeah. The one where we made all the fucked up characters.
Yeah, remember Chief Kyle?
Chief Kyle.
Who the fuck is Chief Kyle?
Fucking madness. Okay, so among the fucked up characters, I made one. His name was Chief Kyle. He had an Indian headdress, and he was like 20 feet fucking tall, bro.
What the fuck? You just made a fucking Wendigo, bro.
I made a fucking, and the worst part was he wore all red like the USSR. Red and fucking, like, orange.
I wish I still had the videos that we made with those characters.
Do you not? Damn.
I think I still do somewhere. I can't remember. I can't remember if I already uploaded it on the channel or not.
I think you did. I swear to God you did.
Bro legit said, hang on, I have a video for this, and scrolled down 3 years.
I mean, it was
Scroll.
I mean, it was probably like back like what 2020, I think.
Yeah, it was a fucking minute, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're talking about 2020 Hunter, the same Hunter with the Superman haircut?
Yeah, fuck you.
It's so weird, dude. You look like the old guitar player for Slipknot before he fucking died. And like today, that's what exactly you look like. And then it's so weird to think that you used to look like fucking Clark Kent.
Yeah, bro, I used to be on the Superman show. I used to be zoom.
Did anyone actually like that hair? Like, respectfully.
Obviously he didn't because he grew it out. I mean, I don't know.
I kept it for as long as I needed to until it grew out.
I have a genuine question. Do you guys like it when I have like bald head, or do you guys prefer hair on my head?
I prefer hair because that means if we get in a fight, I don't have to stick a suction cup to your forehead.
Fuck, what do you mean? You have more range with the suction cup.
Yeah, but that means I won't have to fucking your ass, you know.
What do you mean? You prefer to face G.I. Jane? You prefer to face Jane Smith?
Yeah. That's like what I don't want to do.
You know what? Because of that, you know what I'm gonna do one day?
Huh?
I'm gonna lock you in a hotel. I'm gonna shave my head bald, and I'm gonna make sure I look like I'm haunted and chase down just a cancer patient running down in a wheelchair after you.
If you do, there will be a knife somewhere in your body. I promise you.
Alright, so I pulled up PlayStation games on Google, and we're going to do the people also ask thing and see if it gives us an idea. First one here says, what is a popular PlayStation game right now?
Last of Us 2, I believe.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Currently would be, I think, oh fuck, what's the game?
Are you gonna say Jedi?
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order.
Well, no, that's an Xbox and PlayStation. We're talking about PlayStation exclusive.
Exclusive? Then isn't
This one's talking about PlayStation 5 specifically.
Ghost of Tsushima.
No, I'd say Last of Us, because Ghost was all... No, Ghost was on PS5, yeah, PS4 exclusive, you're right. No, I was gonna say Last of Us, because Last of Us won Game of the Year over, Ghost.
But which one, first or second? Was it the second one? The second one's kinda...
The first one got a lot of shit because of how, like, emotionally triggering it was, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason why I got a lot of shit. I haven't played it yet,
You played
but
Last of Us before, right?
I played the first one, yeah. Me and Hunter did.
No, I don't think we played the first one, but I've seen like so many spoilers, but I barely know the story.
Yeah, there was, what do you call it?
You see, I haven't gotten into Last of Us Part 2 yet, but once I do, I know it's probably gonna be very emotionally, like, fucking... Like, even Rianne said that there's been a few times she really had to pause the game and like, have a little cry session because it was just that bad.
Let's see, have you seen any
Well,
spoilers?
it's also super brutal as well, from what I've seen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to prepare myself when I play that for the channel.
Dude, I feel like that one of these days you're just gonna be playing it and then you're just gonna be having fun and it's exactly gonna be like a Taka or fucking fighting Shimmer again.
Bro, like, I gotta say, like, out of all the games I played, that spoilers for anyone who hasn't played Ghost of Tsushima, by the way, but or if anyone even plans to, who's watching this, but when like as soon as Taka died, like you can even see in the video, my jaw just dropped because I fucking love Taka.
I remember, yeah, you showed me the video, the exact moment in which your face dropped, and I just saw you like so invested into the story, and then just tell you to
Dude,
we make the joke.
Like honestly, I haven't been so invested into a game as far as story.
No.
As far as story is Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know, so far God of War is having a good story too, and I'm in the middle of that game.
Which one are you playing?
Talk away so much from us.
The first one, the one that came out in 2018. Not the first one, but you know the one.
Yeah, the one that you have available to you.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, they finally focused on, instead of making him like bloody or following like the 2019 or the 2009 color palette, and they finally moved on to more of like actually making a real beautiful game and showing like the development of a bloodthirsty character into like a very small talking father.
I mean, I'm having a blast playing that game, but making 2-hour episodes, each episode is a fucking pain in the ass.
That's the fucking, yeah, I remember you were telling me that you're starting a game series. And
Yeah.
when I saw fucking, it was God of War, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like there was one that Hunter recommended a while back.
Yeah, you're only playing the 2018 right now, right?
Yeah, and then after that, I believe it's Ragnarok, I believe.
Yeah, if you want, I have my copy of Ragnarok and I could just mail it to you.
Oh no, it's alright. I still have like a list. So like, once I'm done, because let me check. If you guys are having spoilers here, because I'm just looking at my game list here, but
Have you ever seen like the original like first 3 or 5 God of War games that take place in Greece?
So after God of War, it's The Last of Us Part 2.
Dude, actually, what we should do is we should get the Last of Us Part 2 and we should totally play it on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
You guys told me to play that one horror game.
Outlast.
Oh,
Yeah, Trials.
I think Trials just came out today. I think.
Wait, really?
It says something about.
Came out a while ago, no?
It says something about May 18th. I don't know if it was just for PC or I'm not sure. But let me look it up real quick.
Trials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be PS5, I think, and Xbox as well. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a PS5
Release
and
date.
Xbox, but Outlast is still such a good game to not talk about.
Yeah, May 18th, 2023. It is the third installment in the Outlast series, serving as a prequel to the first 2 games and features test subjects in a mysterious Cold War experiment. The game was released on May 18th, 2023 via early access for Microsoft Windows.
Fuck, yeah, hang on. I want to search up some gameplay on YouTube.
The Cold War side of it got me fucked up, not gonna lie.
So
I was
if
about to say, if this is the Cold War, they're gonna be fucked.
dude, have you guys even seen the previews for it?
Fucking gritty as shit.
Have you guys even seen the previews for it? It's fucking intense. Like it's.
I like it. It's just like it's so take Outlast 2 graphics, put a black and white like Cold War filter on it, it's fucked.
I feel like this Outlast.
The early access reviews is out, especially by fucking like IGP and IGN have made bids on it already.
I feel like this Outlast is a mix between the first and the second Outlast in a way. Like it's 2 in 1. Like from what I've seen in the previews, that's what it reminds me because like the graphics and like the scenery reminds me of like the first game.
Hey Zach, no Zach, sorry, hey Jacob.
Hmm.
You are gonna love this because this was the first photo I found on YouTube, and immediately had me thinking of you with Dollywise.
Oh god. But I think a screen recording on Outlast Trials will be fitting since it just came out.
Yeah, here, check the group chat, and you'll see what I mean where, like, it reminds me of what you described Dollywise as.
Yeah, I ain't playing that game.
Oh shit, but that's already a full game walkthrough?
Yeah, I ain't playing that
It's
last.
already a full game. Wow.
Yeah, a full game walkthrough. It's 4 hours.
Okay. Okay, guys. Does Outlast, is there anything that chases you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the meaning of Outlast.
No, I'm not playing it.
Why?
Why?
I like
It's co-op.
Shut the fuck up. I throw my controller when I play anything that chases me.
Have you-
I do the
I want to see
and throw it.
Have you seen Kirby play Outlast? He fucking screams on top of his lungs.
Different screens.
Okay, when Jacob gets down here, I'll play it. And then we can make a video on it. And then you guys can laugh your asses off me screaming like a little girl.
Well, that's basically what Kirby did when he played the...
Dude, you should have seen him. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, so Jacob and Hunter you weren't there unfortunately because you can never stay over when Jacob was here. But those nights, me and Jacob and Hunter would basically either play Outlast, Outlast Whistleblower, or Outlast 2. And the amount of times that I would just be running, and I've already like seen gameplay and shit, and I would just scream because it just straight up surprised me. It was awesome, and I just loved that a game could actually make me feel afraid like that.
Yeah. Like, it just has that way of doing it.
You know what game we should play? Poppy's Playtime.
Oh, that one looks fucking terrifying.
Dude, are you talking about the co-op version?
No. Solo.
No, yeah, Poppy's Playtime is actually like very similar to Outlast in so many ways. Like, I would genuinely count it as like one of the top 10 horror games ever made, especially for an indie game.
Oh, I'm actually gonna go straight to YouTube actually, because I think we don't need much help with this one. I think we got it kind of under control.
I like this podcast though. It actually feels like that it's people talking about a subject instead of like going to Google for answers.
Yeah, that's kind of like how me and you were there for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was definitely getting repetitive.
Yeah.
I'm making me jockey milk right now.
I heard chocolate. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, and the Five Nights at Freddy's teaser trailer came out a few days ago.
Oh, a new Poppy Playtime trailer came out?
No, Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie.
Oh, no, I don't think it's a FNAF one. Does it look like there's another girl who looks like Baby, Circus Baby?
No. Another FNAF movie trailer.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Oh yeah, it got leaked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Are we gonna watch it when Jacob gets down here?
Definitely.
I mean the movie doesn't come out till like October, I think, like Halloween time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no, I think Jacob's right about that. Because they want to make it like the original FNAF ones that all came out on Halloween.
Well, everyone's already complaining about those eyes in the movie.
Do you guys want to know what like a really scary movie that we watched recently that just came out?
What?
Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, is that the new Evil Dead movie?
Yeah, it's a new movie off of the Evil Dead franchise.
Okay, so
You know what scary movie we should watch?
the original Evil Dead.
No. Scary movie.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Wow, people have already posted gameplays on it.
Hunter was here for that, but me and Zach were on each other's microphones just going, what's up?
The entire time we're just
Hold on. So I'm doing some research right now because I'm gonna see if Outlast Trials has like a story.
In all honesty, Jacob, you know what you need to do?
What?
Start airing our podcast on Spotify.
I'm not sure how to do that yet.
Actually, I have no clue how to add something to Spotify.
We have to figure that out.
Become a creator.
Does it cost money to become a creator on Spotify? Don't call me a bitch.
I said I don't think so.
I think it's just a multiplayer game, honestly.
what?
So, wait.
Outlast Trials.
Oh yeah, it is multiplayer.
Yeah, so I don't want any of us to watch any gameplay footage until we all play it together for our own experience.
Well,
fuck.
And then I'm gonna record it for YouTube. I think that'd be awesome.
Going to sleep watching that.
I already watched gameplay of it when it was in the beta, so
Oh.
Well, no, that's the beta though. This is whereas in like the
still
game,
it's
the
gonna
full
be
game,
similar.
Don't watch what?
the gameplay.
Gameplay.
Of what? The new
Outlast Trials.
Oh,
Jacob, I have a question.
well,
In the Resident Evil movie that you watched, was there a reference to Ash?
I don't want to spoil anything.
Wait, question. Do you know who Ash is?
Yeah.
Thank you. I was about to say that's probably what made the. Oh wait, no, the Resident Evil movie you said?
No, Evil Dead Rise or Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, right? Okay, no, so I was correct. I thought you said fucking Resident Evil. And I was like, wait, is Resident
They haven't
Evil?
made a Resident Evil in years.
No, they made a Resident Evil like 2 years ago, 1 year ago maybe.
No.
Not a movie.
No, it was a movie. It was on Netflix. Just it sucked ass. That's why you didn't hear of it.
Hockey milk has been drank and already made and then drank.
So
It's pretty busted.
Hold on, I kind of want to check that right now. Hold on.
Waiting for the podcast to end to go up and get chocolate milk.
You don't have to wait till the end.
No, it's called one. My
Take your
parents
phone
are
with you.
no, my parents are asleep, and second, I'm also waiting for my plug.
Just don't talk upstairs.
It's hard when I hear your fast going.
Oh no.
ASMR episode.
An ASMR podcast episode, Zach, only if you stand like 10 feet away from the microphone with a fucking tube.
No.
that's disgusting. Shut the fuck up.
Why did they ever not put in an option to fucking mute people?
They should have, respectfully.
Guys, so far I'm not seeing anything for PlayStation on Outlast Trials. So far I'm not seeing anything on PlayStation for Outlast Trials because I'm at the store right now and I'm not seeing it popping up.
It might come out later on PlayStation because they still have to port it, or it might just be PS5.
If it's PS5, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
I honestly won't be surprised because it's such a advanced,
Yeah, but
yeah, graphics wise.
if I'm not gonna buy $500, I'm not gonna spend $500 on a PlayStation 5 just to play one game.
If I get the job I want, I will
I mean, technically, I could technically like barely afford that, maybe, but I don't know.
I was about to say, I mean, in my opinion, a PS5 is really worth it.
Yeah.
But it definitely needs to like drop in price a little bit here soon, like at least $50 or $100.
That's probably gonna drop about 50.
I think once PS5 start dropping to like the 400 ranges, they're gonna be selling pretty quickly again.
Well, yeah.
It just says it's available on PC.
Oh, only PC?
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
Fucking gay.
Yeah, Microsoft Windows is only showing PC right now.
Fucking.
Yeah, so it might release for PS5 or PS4 later.
I guess we'll see when that'll be, but fuck, dude. I don't want to get
Most likely PS5. I don't know if PS4.
Well, I want to get like.
Hey graphics.
Hey guys, I have to go to bed.
Understandable.
Alright, man.
I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Hey, man.
Alright.
Yeah.
But
No, might go make some chocolate milk. That sounds good as fuck.
On God, yeah, I might go up and make some chocolate milk too.
Chocolate milk got me acting different.
I remember when it used to be fucking brisk that we used to drink all the time during our podcast, and now it's fucking.
Bisque.
bisque.
My favorite.
It's either brisk or Jacob's fucking 12-pack of Dr. Pepper he always had somehow.
12-pack of Epis.
Sure.
Actually, fun fact about Dr. Pepper. The reason why it was made is because there was a soda fountain where this one man, he wanted the soda to taste exactly what it smelled like. And he, like, what all soda smelled like. So he made, through trial and error, and it took, like, I think years to make. But he made Dr. Pepper solely for the taste, and it took years of trial and error. Just shows you that Dr. Pepper fans are fucking unhinged.
Well, yeah, of course. If you're not unhinged, you're not a real Dr. Pepper fan. That's why I love Dr. Pepper.
Nah, bro, I'm a root beer fan.
Which one, though?
The one with the bulldog in front of it.
Pub? Or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not mug.
Either that one or the one with, like, the classic silver cans. Those one, or, yeah, those classic silver cans with, the little, like, grape in front of it. Those ones I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Also, no, I think it is mug.
Oh, well. Just fuck me again. No, I joke.
Well, are you like the fucking horse from Breath of the Wild?
Yep.
I jest.
I just accept. Mayhaps.
Perchance?
You can't just say fucking perchance. That's not how it works.
Oh, are you talking about the fucking Mario episode?
No, the fucking essay.
Yeah, the one where, about, like, Mario fucking stomping turds.
Stomping turds. She's like, hold on to your fucking seatbelts.
Yeah.
You can't just say
it up, baby.
Mayhaps. It's not how it fucking works.
Perchance? That's not how fucking perchance.
So good.
Is Jacob still here, or is Jacob gone to go get either Dr. Pepper or
Jacob's
something?
here.
I'm still here.
He's always here, watching, waiting. No, I'm joking.
Jacob actually has secret cameras secretly recording our lives and selling it to the dark web.
He is actually inside your house. I'm sorry to say. He's
You're
in the
right.
closet.
You're right. Actually, this Nintendo Wii I'm looking at, that red dot coming from, is actually a camera.
Mayhaps.
Fuck off.
It's amore.
Yeah, I was gonna say something in Outlast Trials.
Balls.
Are you still trying to search up stuff on Outlast Trials or?
Yeah. I'm just looking at stuff, so what we could put for a screen recording. The Outlast Trials Early Access Review.
I mean, yeah, you could do something like a quick 10-minute review or show the beta gameplay.
Yeah. Might do
Or you
that.
could just straight up murk a fucker.
Yeah. Or you could just go out, buy a PC, and play it yourself.
Like I have that kind of money.
You have my PC.
I don't have your PC.
You may. May have.
You're just gonna fucking give it to him?
Only for a time being.
Only for a time.
Oh no, I see what you mean. I thought as in you were like fucking giving it to
Yeah,
him.
no, I'm just giving away my fucking $24,000 or $22,400 PC, you know, just as a joke.
Nah, this is also... Would this include or not include the headphones, keyboard, and mouse?
No. It would not.
Respectfully, if I had those type of headphones as well, no one's fucking getting those.
No, these headphones are good as fuck.
Alright.
You get the keyboard that comes with the thing.
Alright, so we're gonna do the early access review.
Early access, your game. XD.
Alright.
Mayhaps.
Alright, so start a new stream recording. 3, 2, 1.
1738.
Alright, let's get right into it.
My name is Dr. Hendrik Juliet Easterman, and I'm your friend.
Oh shit.
The Outlast Trials is a horror movie in reverse, in ways both good and bad. Instead of screaming in terror when something jumps out at you or stabs your character in the face, you usually just laugh as your friends make fun of you from their hiding spots. Instead of a clueless group of protagonists who get picked off one by one, the enemies hunting you are the ones with the hilariously poor decision-making skills. While the early access version of this cooperative horror game proves the concept and has a couple of very memorable maps, it's not one of those games that sprung into being almost fully formed. Expected bugs and a general lack of polish aside, there's just not much content yet. But still, I had an overall good time with the silly, gory, and uneven slaughterfest even in these early stages. The Outlast Trials throws you and up to 4 of your friends into insane and improbable Saw-like death games, in which you must work together to overcome the gory terrors that await. What little story there is so far doesn't amount to much. You're abducted by an evil corporation and kept in a prison under the guise of rehabilitation, but instead are subjected to a seemingly random series of murder playgrounds. You can glean some mildly interesting bits of lore by collecting compromising evidence that immoral company men apparently left lying around its death courses, but it's not exactly mesmerizing stuff. And that's okay. You're playing the Outlast Trials because you want to see a crazy lady use a sock puppet to drill a guy's face off, and there's certainly an abundance of that.
Oh my god.
That said, even when treated with the unseriousness and gore-filled levity that I think the Outlast Trials is going for, the over-the-top violence, deeply unsexy lechery, and extremely on-the-nose subject matter can be a bit much sometimes.
I'm trying to leave.
One level features a maniacal police officer who enjoys tasering his own genitals and rattles off nonsense like, "I don't recognize this country anymore." While in another, you're repeatedly shown a bunch of penises for seemingly no reason at all, and then forced to recreate a crucifixion for an audience of school children. I get that shock and gratuitous violence is sort of the whole point, but it often feels like they're trying so hard to be gross and extreme or make some kind of unsubtle statement that I just shook my head at the tactless, edgelordian overkill. At least when South Park does it, it's usually funny. Each of the 3 maps in the early access version has its own bizarre and twisted objectives that must be completed before your untimely death. Like one where you're forced to turn an impure orphanage into a malevolent religious establishment by replacing all the secular materials with unholy profanity. There's another where you have to punish a group of wicked animatronic children by shoving them into a meat grinder, working around various obstacles as you slowly push the cart of misbehaving dolls toward their demise. Of course, the absurdly macabre goals you're presented with merely serve as complicated and unavoidably noisy chores that you're expected to perform as numerous psychopaths hunt you, drawn to the sound of your actions. While it's not particularly exhilarating to, for example, fill a generator with gas and turn it on, the fact that you have to do so while being hunted by murderers and under great duress goes a long way to making things extremely chaotic and panic-inducing.
Oh yeah, by the way, so Five Nights at Freddy's the movie is gonna come out October 27th.
Did I mention that you don't have any weapons? Certainly nothing that will turn the hunters into the hunted, at least. Instead, you must rely on stealth by creeping in darkness, hiding in closets or barrels and under beds, and occasionally using thrown bottles and bricks to distract or temporarily stun enemies when you're stuck in a tight spot. When everything works as intended, your inability to face the enemy head-on creates some delectable dramatic tension that aptly recreates those iconic horror film moments where the protagonist tries to hold her breath while the monster lurks just a few feet away. Other times, though, the enemy AI bugs out and the murderer just stares right at the barrel you're hiding in indefinitely until you decide to blow your cover and risk making a break for it. That makes that game of cat and mouse feel janky and unfair. One of the awesome ways enemies mess with you is by inflicting psychosis on you via poisonous gas. It leaks out from some level traps and enemy attacks, and if you're exposed to it, you'll see hallucinations like creepy Michael Myers-esque mirages or Skinner Man, an imagined enemy who can do you real harm if you're drained of your sanity. This results in some amazing social moments where you shout out a warning about a monster your friends don't see and begin to doubt your own eyes and ears. Only a few games like Dead Space 3 have dabbled in this kind of co-op trickery, and it's awesome. You'll also encounter doppelgangers of your teammates who, if you miss the slight differences in their player name, will shank you if you get too close. That's a fantastic curveball that makes you question whether you can even trust your own comrades. XP earned from completing levels can be spent to permanently unlock a fair selection of upgrades that make the going easier in each level. One of those is your Rig, a special ability that lets you do things like stun an enemy with a thrown bomb or see items and enemies through walls with X-ray vision, all of which operate via cooldowns and lend some much-needed identity and role-based dynamics to your cooperative squad. There's also a number of appealing and helpful passive abilities that can be purchased, which let you do things like slide when sprinting into a crouch, or automatically slip free of lesser enemies who manage to grab you. None of these unlockables get around the fact that you'll be repeating the same trials over and over again as you grind to obtain them, but they definitely make the optional tougher versions of each level more doable, and give you more interesting options with which to tackle them. The more trials you play as your team improves, the more apparent it becomes that the computer-controlled psychopaths hunting you simply aren't smart enough to pull off the great ideas to which the Outlast Trials aspires. Not only do they often get stuck, they also lose sight of you when they shouldn't and are easy to confuse in very exploitable ways. For example, scrambling over a desk or something to get away from an enemy often leaves them bamboozled as to how to get around the object, giving you ample time to casually stroll away. Even while completely drained of stamina and moving at a snail's pace, I was able to spam crawling over objects to escape, close doors in the faces of befuddled pursuers, and crouch in the dark just a few feet away from someone who should have easily been able to find me. Once you realize the AI's shortcomings, the killer represents more of an annoyance than anything frightening. That doesn't fully end the challenge of the Outlast trials, because while they may be dumb, they still constantly interrupt your objectives and send you scrambling to the nearest hiding spot. This is especially irritating in one level where you're supposed to follow water pipes along the wall, ceiling, and floor. It seemed that every time I approached the end of my objective, a monster would creep nearby, forcing me to dart away and hide, losing track of where I was and forcing me to start all over again. Speaking of early access issues, the amount of content available at this stage is pretty limited. There are essentially only 3 levels: the police station, the fun park, and the orphanage. It does come with a few permutations of each stage that use the same bad guy and setting while changing up the map and objectives a bit, which helps to squeeze just a little bit more variety out of each one. Even so, you're likely to have seen the vast majority of content in just 4 or 5 hours. It's especially disappointing that 2 of the levels, the fun park and the orphanage, share a lot in common, including the big bad that's chasing after you, making them feel way less distinct than the police station. The Outlast Trials is a unique cooperative horror game with a fantastic premise and some really memorable scenarios. But while the early access version proves the concept, there's a lot of work to be done to make those ideas pay off. Running around with friends as you hide from murderous killers and complete utterly insane and sometimes too edgy for their own good death games is paradoxically tense and hilarious. But the fact that the enemy AI is about as effective as a concrete parachute and 2 of the 3 levels share too much of the same DNA certainly leaves a lot of room to grow. For more, check out our recent reviews of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Humanity. And for everything else, stick with IGN.
Oh man. That was that. Comments. Please do a video of different people testing the game for jump scares like with the previous game's reaction to the first game are very funny. This review is the same one who gave this stale garbage that is Meet Your Maker 8 out of 10. Complaining about being hunted while having to do a task. It's a horror game.
Yeah, like, you're gonna be hunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact that people who don't play like a lot of horror games complain like, why do I have to do stuff? Why do I have to do this? For the same fucking reason that you want to spend 50 hours on Red Dead Redemption doing the dumbest shit alive.
Yeah.
Grinding for money. Because you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, just to spend it on one fucking console.
Yeah. It's like, bro, you did me cunt.
So should we do another one on a different game, or what do we want to do?
Fuck.
You could do... Isn't Ghost PlayStation exclusive?
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima? Yeah, that's a very good game.
We can do that. I mean, I played the game too, so it fits.
Yeah. You know how good it is. I played it. I know how good it is. Kirby's played it. He knows how good it is. Their multiplayer was a bit fucky, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost multiplayer...
Story-wise, it was great.
Story-wise, it was not entirely historically accurate, but it was very cool.
Yeah.
I think the small complaints that I have is where it says it's an Edo period Japan, but yet somehow the island of Tsushima has no firearms for the Edo period.
I think they might have just been getting into firearms or something.
Ghost of Tsushima, kill or spare, both ending choices.
Yes.
2.5 million views.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Kirby showed me the kill one, and because the my choice I did in the game in the final episode, like the stream that I did it on, I spared him. That was my choice. And then, but then Kirby showed me the kill ending, and then I was like, what the fuck?
In all honesty, to me, just the kill ending made more sense. I guess from how I was trying to look at it.
Yeah. I know, it was different from when I was trying to look at it when I played the game.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well,
I'm playing a game and this game's parkour is very fucky. Oh, hey, Emma. Hell yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima, most badass scenes. Most badass scene.
Honestly, I like the part where he decapitates the captain the first time. That shit was fire as fuck.
I'm talking about when he decapitated the Khan.
Well, when he decapitates one of the armored captains the first time in front of his father.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, where he killed Lady Masiko's husband by setting him on fire, then beheading him.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, that was Lady Masiko's husband.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
You know when he kills the captain in front of Lord Shimura? He hops over the gate and slices his fucking head off.
I know what you mean. That scene from the what is it, the second act after, when he's taking the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another thing that actually, if you look at the history, especially for the Edo period, Lord Shimura's honor code makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is the opening Mongol invasion battle scene.
So, fun fact, in the 1800s, which is, so the Edo period for Japan was about, what, the 1600s or to the 1800s. It was the last period of the samurai. During that time, and even way before that time, the samurai had actually changed their ways, and there was no such thing as an honor code anymore. So again, if it was an Edo period Japan, not only would there be firearms on the island, but there would also be basically the entire plot of Ghost of Tsushima would have been over in fucking the second act.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they just would have shot everybody. Oh, we gotta retake the castle. Fucking bomb it.
No, because he went over, he poisoned all of them and stabbed them in the back. During that time, there was the samurai abandoned the warrior code because they saw that it was just causing them to lose battles and be very, what's the word? Be very easily read and tricked into eliminating mass numbers of samurai. So they changed it.
What happens if you defeat Captain Khan at the beginning of the game?
I've seen that. Nothing happens. He just keeps fighting you at no health.
That's stupid. You should be able to finish the game right there.
Yeah, for especially how hard it is to do at that stage.
Yeah.
You should most definitely be able to finish the game
It should
again.
just be like a game over, and you're like, I have defeated your captain.
Or even better, make it like Elden Ring or the Dark Souls games, where if you defeat him, you get an item.
Yeah.
Ooh, you get his armor set. And his weapon.
I mean, you technically do get his armor set.
Yeah, just later on. But, yeah. It'd be cool if you could get his fucking weapon, though. His gigantic, like, polearm? No.
So this is Tsushima brutal combat, stealth, and free roam gameplay. 21 million views.
Fucking what?
21 million views. It says brutal combat, stealth, and free roam gameplay on the game.
That's like doing fucking beheading people and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, what do you mean? It's always been famous. Why do you think they did it so much in the 1800s?
It's different.
So how would we do the most badass scene? Let's do this one.
Let's see. In my opinion, the most badass scene from fucking Ghost of Tsushima is, in my opinion, the most badass scene, comes from... Okay, there's a few, because it has so much good cinematography moments.
Yeah.
So, here's the first few that come to mind, is, number one, killing the Khan on the ship while it's on fire. I think that deserves the #1 spot.
Yeah.
The #2 spot we'll have to go with no matter what ending you chose for Ghosts. It was visually pleasing with a satisfying boss fight. And the third scene, depending on if you did all of the Masako missions or not, that one duel that you had to do with Masako while the Mongolians are showing up, I really loved that that boss fight.
Alright. Alright, let's dive into this one. Alright, start screen recording. 3, 2, 1. Last screen recording. Alright. Get right into it. I think I remember this too if I played it.
Tamuge, face me! On guard! Khotun will reward me for your deed.
The fuck are you doing?
I'm playing a vampire game. I just shit myself because the vampire was running towards us.
And I have killed men like you all across our island. Your blood will soak the island! Careful, Tamuge. You can't get Khotun's reward if you're dead. A lucky blow. You will not get another. Leave Tsushima now, and I might show you mercy. Yarikawa will burn! Killed men in many countries too. And here, you die.
Oh shit. Totally forgot about that.
Raiders, look at your general. Run! This will be your fate! People of Yarikawa, hunt every Mongol to the last man! Spare no one! For Yarikawa! Keep after them! Kill them all! Cut them down!
anticipate it was this soon.
Yuna! We saved your town. Now, we help Lord Shimura save our island.
We are not soldiers.
Who killed these Mongols? Who stood against their siege? Who saved Yarikawa? We did.
You can't just stay here and wait for the Mongols to try again.
You say you are not soldiers. You are warriors. We can defeat the invaders and save our home, but only if we stand together.
I remember that cutscene there, but I don't remember the stuff before that. Damn. We got comments here. Man, introducing ghost dance like that out of the blue is just pure gaming genius on the highest level. The fact that Jones always calm in every battle before this, then this battle he just let the monster out. He fought with rage.
Oh god.
I was wearing the full Sakai armor during this part. Jin straight up looks like a horned demon risen from hell to punish the Mongols. Man, I love this game. I love how instead of saying assassinate, it becomes slaughter. The intensity leading up to this scene is mind-blowing. Damn, it's so perfectly executed. The people yelling for the ghost and for Yarikawa made me feel so badass.
Hell yeah.
This game, when compared to the actual Mongol invasion in Tsushima, knowing that almost no one survived, that they slaughtered so much people just for the sake of it, I think it makes this game kind of poetic in a way.
I could see that, yeah.
The game has a very cool vibe. What a game to end the era of PS4 exclusives. Who agree?
I agree with that. That's a very good way to
Yeah.
end the exclusives.
I love how as the game processes, Jin goes from a stray surviving samurai to a warrior causing the Mongols trouble to what they start to see as an actual spirit of vengeance. The ghost dance makes you into a thing of horror, making the enemies feel like they're receiving some sort of divine punishment for all they've done. Jin becomes the personification of wrath, repaying his people's suffering.
Yeah.
When I activated the ghost dance, I quite literally geeked the fuck out. That was the coolest shit I've seen in an RPG in a minute.
Yeah, because it just slowly and menacingly walks towards them and fucking slaughters them.
Yeah.
Like, that's just fucking badass.
I fully embraced the ghost side when Nabu died. I was actually extremely pissed by that and just terrorized everyone in my path. I was like that after Taka died. That was me after Taka died. I remember being so upset.
I remember I wasn't upset or surprised. I think the first thought that honestly went through my head was the Taka joke.
Of course.
He head off.
Of course it was, Kirby. Of course it was. I've never been so terrified of the character I was playing. Every time I watch Ghost of Tsushima, I feel so sorry to Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Fuck with it. I fuck with it.
This was so dope, and I wasn't even expecting it. But Lord, I went off on the fleeing Mongols after this.
Yeah, sir, he said the Mongol fled. I fucking shot him in the back with an arrow.
Yeah.
Fuck that Mongol.
This was so sick, I almost cheered in a room by myself. That's another one. So this is how Infamous. So this is how Infamous series begins. Jin was the first mutant.
Yeah.
Alright, and there goes the screen recording, and I think that'll be good to wrap up the episode.
Fuck yeah.
On that scene there, reading those comments there. So, anything, you, Kirby and Hunter, anything you guys want to say before we wrap up the episode?
Not really. Shit was badass.
Yeah. What about you, Kirby?
People will very rarely remember tell you the things that you could tell them. You could tell them anything about a human and how it related to a tree or and how the wind related to that, but the only people who will remember your words barely is you.
There you have it.
The words of a drunk, probably. I don't know. What the fuck you want, Buddha?
No, that's true. I'd be saying shit, and then people are like, remember what you said? And I'm like, nah. Fuck you mean I said that? I don't remember that.
So what I mean by that is usually people will say shit like, people will say something like, people are like trees, you have to come, or people will say something like, try to be like wise and whimsical. Now, the only thing that you could really say that'll stick with people is just stick it to yourself. You're the only one who's gonna barely remember your own words.
Yeah.
Or, people remember very often.
Titties.
You cussing them out. If you want to make a lasting impression, go up to your boss and be like, hey, fuck you.
Ironically, you're not wrong. Holy, hang on, what the fuck, I'm having deja vu.
Huh?
No, I swear to fucking God, I've had this exact conversation with you. No, hang on, what the fuck, hang on.
Wrong.
No, that's weird. So I got up from the couch, and as I'm talking to you about that, and I turn to the right in my room, I stand right in front of my desk, I turn to the right, my grinder's to the right, I'm looking at it, as we're talking about making an impression by cussing at your boss. I've had the same exact fucking talk, what the hell?
I promise you have not.
No, I promise you I have.
I promise you have not. You have not. We have not talked about this before on any episode.
No, I fucking guarantee you I have. Not on an episode, but I guarantee I have. What the fuck?
No.
No, I'm just having mass deja vu.
Anyways, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up there.
I promise you.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Heard everything Hunter and Kirby said and whatnot. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already, and get notified whenever we upload an episode every Saturday for the Saturday Such Boys podcast, and hit the link in the description. Go to my main channel, subscribe to my main channel if you haven't already. You'll get regular content there, and you'll get podcast highlights there as well, and gaming content there every now and then. And I know content's been kind of stale on there because I've kind of doing the same stuff. There's not a whole lot to do, but. Hopefully when I get back up in Colorado, we'll start making more content for you guys. I feel like the good old days again, so. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Any last words from you guys?
Lay tits now.
Nah, I got nothing. See ya.
Love you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you guys next week. Deuces.
Trapping.